So surely the race, the final fleet race is upon us here in New York. And the big news is...
There's big news. We know who's in the final. It is Japan and Australia, but a massive battle for that third place between China, USA and France. It is all on to secure that final place on the podium. We're going to expect a big battle here.
And once again, it's interesting where these guys have had to set up from. There's not enough room behind the start line, so they've all come in from the race course side. And it looks like Great Britain are trying to get into the bottom end of the line. Australia attacking. Maybe they'll try and hold up Japan here. Japan are sort of sliding down. Great Britain have parked in, which is going to stop Japan being able to pull their bows away. Rome Kirby's already loaded up here, Shirley.
It's not about positioning, it's about pace. Keep an eye on those boat speeds.
Big trim, boys.
They've done it right there to get over the bow of Great Britain there in Japan, and we are off for the final race. 3 boats have parked it, 3 boats are on their way, and it is USA leading by Japan, and France are also in the mix this time. Great Britain off the line pretty much last with China, and Australia, are they just conserving energy? Do they know that they're already into the final? Of course they do.
I think, Jody, they just got all mixed up with other boats. Big mistake.
And it's a nice race here into the first mark, with Japan just getting inside of Rome Kirby in the USA. So Japan around first, Rome Kirby into second. France, great job by France to be up there in third. And Australia are chasing hot in fourth. Have a go at how quick they're going to get once again down to that bottom mark. Both boats doing a nice job there. Australia probably need to get a good job. Looks like they're in a great path. They might be able to get on the inside of France, who looks like they've got a little bit of a problem trying to manoeuvre through that jibe. So I'd say they've lost their third spot there, France. But it's Japan into the bottom mark first. USA in second, and the Aussies are chasing. Because Tommy Slingsby knows that it's all still. You still need to gain points. Every point matters.
I think they saw, you can see that puff of wind coming down. I think that's why they've all gone round that left-hand side, using the puffs to get up to the top mark.
And that's a great illustration there. Keeping your boat speed in, Australia just went straight in underneath this USA boat, which are on board now.
What's going on? I don't know. Setting up, trimming up, trimming up. Yours, trimming up. Go hard, go hard.
It's interesting there. Just saying they might have some sort of an issue. They can't quite identify what. Rome's just tacking off. France need to be careful here. They need to tack as well. Here we go, port and starboard. Very, very close here between USA and France. France, there's a late, very, very late tack on France. Gonna have to get a penalty there, surely. Rome and the USA team was still inside that boundary, or that protected boundary. You can hear Billy Besson there, very, very animated there, Shirley. That was very close indeed.
I mean, the American boat didn't give him a massive amount of opportunity to take, you know, to avoid him, and he's not happy. We're just waiting to hear from the umpires.
Yeah, it looks like at this stage that we haven't seen a penalty, so they must be thinking it's all clear. So he's done a great job there, Billy Besson and the team from France, to throw that thing on the inside of the USA boat. So they're now racing in for second spot. Looks like they've got a nice little pressure off that right New York side of the course. And just as we say that, off the foils they come. So we're even getting confused with what's going on out here in this course. So it's about who can get up to this mark in a low boat mode. But the team that's still leading is the Japanese, and they'll go across to that right-hand gate.
You can see the yellow circles on the water. Whoever hits that yellow circle, the zone first, has all the rights to make the turn.
Have a go at Australia. They just took both those boat sterns because they were on port. Tommy threw it up into the wind, in and around, and chasing Japan for second. So he's come from fourth to second in a heartbeat. Look at this race. This is the race for third.
Oh,
USA
the Americans
versus
just squeezed round.
France are going over to the right-hand side where Australia have parked. There's no breeze there at this stage. USA, will this be the big move? Can they come across this right-hand side? Local boys, surely they know what's going on, Eddie Shirley.
They are flying. Jody, imagine you're American and you're sailing here, right in front of Manhattan, potentially about to win a medal.
They've got a Lady Liberty on their wing. They are sailing for that home team, and here they go into the jibe. Japan look nice out in that middle part of the course, but they have done well. They've got themselves into second by just going to that left-hand gate at the top.
But Jody, look at the French. Look at the top of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. The French are coming back in that massive puff of wind, the big shadow that we see.
Billy Basson is fired up. He threw it underneath Rome there, and the USA boat on that little port starboard incident, and he is coming downhill at a great rate.
Yep, keep it on the brace. It's going to be headed.
They want to get this, they want third. There's no doubt about that. They want it hard.
Oh, but Jody, he's running out of pressure. You can see the speed dropping.
He's got to do a really late jibe here. He's going to go past the actual, what we call the ley line, and it's going to be another boat-on-boat here incident between, I can't believe it, USA and France. They are just chasing each other everywhere they go. USA are going uphill. France have gone completely past the marks.
I'm not sure what happened on that French boat. They needed to jibe, and they didn't. They must have had a problem on board.
Either that or it just comes up to him so quick, that bottom mark, because his course is so short. So a tiny little lapse in concentration, and you fly past the mark. Look who's last or second last in this race. The Aussies. They were second around the top mark and parked it.
The star of the show here is the American boat. Currently in first, right off Manhattan. It's a good moment.
He did say that he was pretty fired up to go out there and show them that he means business today after losing his wing trimmer yesterday, and the whole program got thrown up in the air. Rome Kirby is definitely delivering here as we speak on the Hudson River.
It means a lot to finish third. You know, the Australian team and the Japanese, very experienced sailing these boats. The other teams are playing catch-up, and boy, they are catching up quickly.
They certainly are. But we've still got another upwind and half an upwind and another leg to go. So, as we've seen, there's been about 6 million different lead changes already. I'm guessing there's going to be some more.
I got the bear weight, my rig. Your rudders. Yeah.
But USA have got a great lead there, Shirley.
The stand-in wing trimmer here arrived at Newark Airport at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Power me up.
Changing his wetsuit on the plane.
Long way. Getting close here, probably.
We'll just listen to what they're saying here with his job. This will be nice comms.
Gotta go, Romy. Yep.
And they've let us down. There's nothing for them to say. They're just gone. Thank you very much, Rome, for that. That's awesome.
Yep. Okay, go board. Teach. Yours.
Stand by popping too.
Yep.
Popping now.
Nice. My rig.
Yeah,
Good job there. They just touched down in that jibe, so there's just enough breeze for them to go not quite a full foil, but they're still back up and foiling, which is just as I say that, we've dropped off. So big light patch in the middle.
Dude, it's so hard. The coordination between the flight control of the wing trimmer and the helmsman. It's like driving a car and looking at the sat-nav and someone else doing the gears and the accelerator and the brake. It is so difficult to coordinate.
I got it.
Got nice pressure there. You can see them bow down in towards that bottom mark, so they're still leading.
There's good pressure over our left shoulder, so
This is last bottom mark, as you just heard there from USA.
And good pressure over their shoulder. They're happy where they are.
New territory for Rome Kirby and the team from USA. Nathan Outridge from Japan are not going to let him have it all his own way, because they are coming down here in an absolute beauty of a gust, and they've gone from a long way behind to 1.5 to 2 boat lengths to right behind him, straight over the top of Japan. USA, that is very close once again. Oh my God.
The Japanese have to keep clear. They're coming in from behind, no rights. They had to keep clear.
They were so close. The whole hole was right over the top of USA. And look who's back in the mix. USA, Australia, Japan. This race is not over, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, do not go anywhere. This could be anything.
Yep, yours.
Popping 2, 1, popping out.
Yep, mine.
Yours.
Still done a nice job tacking. Done a nice job tacking off that shore. Here's the replay. You see Japan coming right from behind him. Heaps and heaps of speed. Get a lot of height out of that thing. Drops down in the water, straight up underneath the rudders again of the USA. Very similar to what happened in San Francisco with the Aussie side.
My rig.
Yours.
That was pretty insane.
Just got no wind compared to them.
Tommy's complaining about no wind. USA in plenty of wind. 35 knots as opposed to 25 knots at boat speed of Japan. So here's the race. It looks like it's going to be between USA and Japan.
At the boat.
Line.
Power me up. Fully powered up, bro. Yep. Good easement jib. Nice. Good pressure at the mark.
We got a good. Oh, no.
We're good. We're good.
We're hearing the comms between the wing trimmer and the helmsman. Really calm on board. Nice job.
So they have to nail this tack. They've done a really good job separating there with Japan. It was all about a race. Now, USA have to do a good tack and hopefully get breeze. Can Australia get breeze from down below? They're up and got one hull out of the water, just dropped it back down as we spoke. They're going to come in towards China here, so they're almost an obstruction in the middle of the course. Japan have to go around China. Australia have to go around China. In the meantime, USA are around the top mark and heading in towards the finish for what will be a historic first win for Team USA on their home waters, Shirley.
Your rig, team.
My rig.
It's not over yet, Jody, but they will get the biggest cheer in Manhattan when they cross that line. What a weekend they've had. You know, they lost their vital crew member yesterday, and today to pull this win out the bag would be quite something. To take third here in New York City, that's a day for memories.
There will not be a prouder American than Rome Kirby if he can pull this off. He will be loving it. He's looking back. He's very, very nervous. He's like a young boy at his first dance. He doesn't know what to do. He just wants that boat up and foiling and heading in towards the finish here to New York, and that's exactly what's going on. He's just getting it up now.
Yeah. Got it. I
Your
got
boat.
it. Hold back.
And you can hear them. They just want to get it up and get it going. Japan have done a nice job by separating.
Big trim, boys. Big one. Pressing here. Finish it strong, boys.
Finish it strong. You hear it there from Tommy Johnson. A lot of pressure on the flight controller. Don't get it wrong now. We've got 100 meters to go, and USA are about to get their first win. Ladies and gentlemen, get up and clap, because there it is.
First race win. There we go. In the bag. Nice job, boys.
He heard you, Jody. That is a big moment for this young man and his
Nice job,
team.
guys.
Good job.
It out. Wasn't ideal.